there, fellow viewer, my name is Gabriel, and today I am making a video to kind of share what I am expecting from this great book, Winter by Marissa Meyer. Winter graced me with its presence yesterday. The book arrived and I was just so ecstatic. I had been waiting for 3 weeks now. I am just a bundle of excited cells to just dive into this book. But before I do that, I want to share what I think and what I kind of, let's say, would like to see happen in the conclusion to one of my all-time favorite young adult book series, the Lunar Chronicles. This is a video I wanted to film and put out before Winter came out, so before November 10th, and just like I mentioned in my previous video, I have just been so busy that I just could not find the time, and I had already given up on the idea, but when I saw Winter, all the feels resurfaced, and I just have to film some kind of video to share with you guys what I want to see happen and what I get right, what I get wrong, what surprises me and what doesn't. I am very excited to start, and so I want to share with you before I start my personal prediction. Now, this doesn't work quite as well past November 10th. The book has already come out, loads of people have already read it, and they can share with me the anticipation that it is waiting to pick up Winter. So this video is for that slim group of book nerds that haven't read Winter. Let us theorize together. Needless to say, this video will contain spoilers for books 1 through 3 of the Lunar Chronicles. I do have book talks for all these 3 amazing books, and they will be linked down below in case you are interested in checking them out. But if you do not want to be spoiled, I really advise you to leave and then come back once you've read the 3 books and theorize with me. The way this video is going to work is the following. I'm going to bring out each character that has made the Lunar Chronicles so special, and I'm going to put them in a future situation that I see as likely, where they are going to end up, what is going to happen to them throughout Winter, and yes, their future and their ending, and let's start. So I'm obviously going to start with Cinder, the lunar princess that started it all. I honestly love Cinder as a character. I've said this before. I think she's strong, and the way that she deals with her feelings is kind of exemplary, because if I found out I was the heir to the lunar throne, I would just freak, you know? And yes, we did see this kind of weaker side to her, but not nearly as much as I think would have happened if this was real life. Completely off topic, but this is something that I really do. I try to imagine fiction as if it were real life, and I'm really sorry if it annoys you, but that's just the way I think. Ever since finishing Cress, I've had a set, completely solid future for Cinder. I hadn't even finished Cress when I started theorizing about this, but it's kind of obvious even before Winter was released. Marissa Meyer posted an excerpt of the book. It is kind of revealed. I want Cinder to be the connection between Luna and maybe not just the Eastern Commonwealth, but the whole of Earth. That would be the ideal situation for Cinder to end up in. Obviously, she ends up married to Prince Kai. Their union and their bond is what is going to set the alliance between Luna and Earth. I think that is going to be the start of this amazing alliance between the 2 nations. The future that I have for Cinder is, again, solidified. That is practically everything I have to say about her. I do want her to end up happy and with Kai. I know for a fact that she is going to be an amazing queen, the exact opposite of Levana as Luna's ruler, so I'm very excited to see Cinder on the throne. Don't mind me, I'm just here from the future because I forgot to mention some things. Now, for Luna itself, as a nation and a natural satellite, I don't agree with it. It hasn't worked until now, and it will not work in the future, and so I vote for Luna to just be abandoned, deserted, let the domes and the castles, let everything on the moon rot, because the moon has done this to people, and it shouldn't have done this to people. I don't think it should go on. Cinder as a ruler would do well to bring everyone out of Luna and into Earth. How they would do that, I'm not exactly sure. My last minute solution is that they would kind of separate a space from some continent and put every single lunar in there because of their gift. They still have their gifts. They would live there for as long as necessary for their gifts to recede. Generations and generations probably will go by before they're allowed to reside anywhere else on Earth. But I think that would be for the better, because the gift did nothing good. It literally did nothing good to anyone. And so I think that, yes, it could be used for good, but it hasn't, and I don't think it will. So it really needs to just go. Next, we have Scarlet. I'm going to be a little bit mean to Scarlet, because here's the thing. Marissa Meyer has not killed off any main characters throughout the books. Being an avid young adult reader, I have grown used to saying goodbye to beloved characters. Call me cynical, but I honestly think that in winter, Scarlet dies. I've been having this feeling that she doesn't make it through the end of the book. Scarlet has never been that amazing, lovable character in the series, and maybe I am just completely wrong, but Marissa Meyer kind of cut her from the story. That's honestly what I think will happen, which is really sad, honestly, because even though Scarlet, again, wasn't the most lovable character, she still was a very vital piece to the whole story and how everything fit together. Before she dies, if she dies, she will, I really want her to still see Wolf. Just like their relationship, their reunion is going to be extremely adorable. I will have to say that one of my favorite things about Scarlet was the way their relationship evolved. Some people called it insta-love, it didn't work out for them, but in my opinion, it was just extremely adorable, and I ship them. If Scarlet doesn't die, I honestly don't really have anything that I see for her, except maybe she settles down with Wolf in kind of a remote cottage in the middle of France. Maybe they have little wolfies and little Red Riding Hoods. That came out so wrong. An idea that just struck me, maybe she becomes an advisor to Cinder or to Kai, maybe an ambassador for Luna or for the Eastern Commonwealth in France. I would love to see Scarlet develop herself as a character, and even though we're obviously not going to see her long-term future, I hope we get an idea of how happy she becomes if, again, she doesn't die. In talking about Scarlet, I have already talked about Wolf. Wolf is obviously going to end up with Scarlet. It's stated in the books that she's the only person he cares about, so obviously they're going to end up together. Now for Cress. In case you've been on the moon, Cress is my favorite character by far, like seriously, astronomically far my favorite character. It's not that I hate Cinder and Scarlet at all, it's just that I like Cress so much more. Cress is my favorite book so far. I think her character is amazing. The way that Marissa Meyer wrote her was just exceptional, and I just immediately fell in love with her. One of my biggest fictional crushes. Now, what happens to Cress in winter, I literally have no idea. I would honestly not mind if Cress and Thorne were declared unfit for whatever is going to happen in winter, for the trip to Luna, for the battle with Lavana, for anything, and they would just kind of stay away from the action, because again, I think that Marissa Meyer is going to kill a main character, and I'm extremely scared that Cress will be her victim. Even though I doubt it, because so many people love Cress, and I don't think Marissa Meyer has it in her heart to kill off such a beloved character, I'm still really scared that something happens to Cress or to Thorne. These two are just, I can honestly say, my favorite thing about the whole quartet. I thoroughly fangirled and geeked about these two in my Cress book talk, which is 20 minutes long for a reason. Their relationship is the stuff of legend. Again, the way that it evolved was so great. The desert, Thorne wanting to change because of Cress, just, it is adorable. Obviously my favorite ship out of all the books. If they're not excluded from our gang, I honestly do not know what is going to happen. The only thing that I can hope for is that that both of them make it through to the end of the book, and that they share these cute and just so adorable moments, because that is what the Cress-Thorne ship is. Adorable. I really hope they get some time to themselves. Those scenes are probably what I am most looking forward to in winter. Very, very excited. So Cress and Thorne, the only thing I could honestly hope for is a happy ending for both of them. Now to Winter. Winter, the character, is a character that I have slowly but surely been extremely anticipating to read about. The way that Marissa Meyer describes that she doesn't use her lunar gift because of moral values and because she doesn't want to be like the rest of the lunar people, completely despicable and disgusting. It hit home, and I am just dying to see how Winter comes out as a character, because it is true that she kind of is losing her mind because she refuses to use the lunar gift. But I'm so excited to see. And Jason, he wasn't a very big part in Cress, but I know he will play a crucial character in Winter. Just like every single one of the past characters, I want them to be happy in the end. I honestly can't say much more about Winter because I haven't read anything besides the little snippet we get of her in Cress. But I will have to say that, again, I am excited to see how she comes out. And as always, I am extremely excited to read how Marissa Meyer immerses and incorporates the fairy tale of Snow White with this book. She does this so well that I honestly forget that I'm reading fairy tale retellings. When things that I should be expecting but am not happen, I'm just surprised, and I shouldn't. So far, Marissa Meyer has stayed pretty true to the original content. I am really looking forward to read how the Snow White ordeal comes in, the 7 dwarfs and the apple, and Levana turning into an ugly person because she wants pity. I really want to read that. As for Levana, I honestly don't know. Ferris really made me completely hate her character. Ever since I was a little kid, my favorite stories were the ones that at the end, the bad guy redeemed him or herself and joined the good guy, felt sorry for what he had done, and I can't accept that from Levana. Levana is a disdainful human being. She's not even a human being. I can't imagine her asking for forgiveness for what she has done. Maybe it kind of appears that she's apologizing and then she has an even bigger and badder plan. I honestly don't know. I do want to see her defeated. For sure, I want to see her locked away, unless again she redeems herself, but highly unlikely. Maybe she'll become some kind of servant, a punishment that fits her crimes. That is all I can hope for. The merging of all of these stories has been the foundation of my love for this series. It is just amazing how Marissa Meyer comes up with these ideas to intertwine all of these characters in such a beautiful and entertaining way. It is amazing, and I cannot wait to see how Marissa Meyer fits Winter into all of this, even though we kind of have an idea. Another thing I am extremely looking forward to is the battle itself between Lavana and the gang. Lavana is one of those bad guys that is just so omnipotent and so powerful, so bad, that you just really want to know how are they going to do this. You know she's getting defeated, but you just really want to know how she's getting defeated, and that is something that I am really looking forward to. I literally have no idea how they're going to defeat Lavana's army, Lavana herself. Just excitement. I cannot wait to see what happens in Winter. I cannot wait to see all of these characters that have grown so close to my heart end up. There's so many things that I'm looking forward to. It is extremely bittersweet because just like the end of any series, I believe, it's the first time that I'm experiencing this in the literary world. Mockingjay Part 2 just marked the first time I experienced that in the adaptations world. Even though we will get to see the continuation and the ending of these characters, it is our goodbye. We don't have anything else. Unless maybe Marissa Meyer decides to write like a 20-year later sequel, that would just make my life. This is our goodbye, at least for now, and I am very excited yet sad to pick up Winter, because again, it marks the beginning of the end. So those are all the things that I want to happen and hope happen in the ending to the Lunar Chronicles. This will go down as one of my favorite young adult series of all time. I always and will always recommend these books to anyone who comes asking for recommendations, because these books are just amazing, phenomenal. I love them, and I cannot wait to see what Winter brings me. And that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you come back to see what I thought of Winter, because I will definitely be making a video talking about this book. And if you haven't read Winter, then let's do this. Let's say goodbye to these characters. I really hope you stay tuned for my next videos, and remember to keep your day an intensely bookish one. Goodbye!